internet. I'm a data subject in targeted individual in Cape Town, South Africa, and I'm making another video in terms of the financial deprivation and the reality of data subjects in South Africa subject to electronic harassment, VTK, voice to God, or voice of God, cyber torture, the convergence of technology in terms of recent developments in scientific breakthroughs have created an amazing spectrum of robotics and biotechnology able to register neural activity in a wide spectrum of animals, and humans have now been regulated in terms of our exposure to these technologies and our association to people like the information regulator of SA, who are teaching us about privacy laws in South Africa at the moment, and the aspects of what they're doing in an article in the Scientific Journal of Responsible Technology, an article by one of the academics, Ms. Rowena Rodriguez, the legal human rights issues, or legal and human rights issues of AI, gaps, challenges and vulnerabilities, where they speak about giving certain information and being very upfront with it, but not really having any context to that information, and sort of the vulnerabilities of AI are within that spectrum. We're not exposed to any worry or concern with our regulators getting threatened, not in terms of publicity from the information regulator of SA or a call to further regulatory oversight for that office in terms of its functional receipt of complaints when communications were the order of the day, and this highlights sort of the discrete use of biodiscriminatory and prejudicial algorithms on data subjects, affecting a wide range of data corruptions, data destructions. It's something that's spoken about for me in terms of who was attacking our regulators, and that incorporated the Ministry of Defense, Veterans, and the Ministry of Police, as well as the Ministry of State Security, or the former Ministry of State Security. Just wondering if I should. And it's really difficult with these challenges when I was recently at court to testify in terms of exposure to some of this corruption. That was with regards to an assault that was changed down from grievous bodily harm when a guy put the back of a spoon through a board I was carrying. I was hoping to get some food at the place I was staying at in 2001, and that didn't work out well. On the day I ended up going to the hospital just to get evidence to the effect that an experience had happened and it was ongoing, and just evidence is required. And then I spoke to the police, and out of a very sort of articulate description of all the evidence involved and how to get it, and it was very accurate. A camera, video camera of the the area, which the organization in question had trouble getting to the police. It sort of shone a bad light on them, so there were issues here and issues there, and the police couldn't square that away with people at court. But they did a good job in terms of the guy, and he got a suspended sentence for 3 months, or 3,000 rand fine. Not really a substantial judgment in terms of repercussions against him. Turns out he had a criminal record back in 1990, so it's a long time since then. But I'm glad I could sort of be taller than him and not be too fazed by somebody trying to put a spoon into my face. But it highlights for me the reaction that is spoken about. There's another hoot from Mr. Myron May. Sadly. Anyway, love America, peace, all the best. Sorry, there's no God. English warfare and colonial conquest with their corporations and digital dictatorships. Very sad stories, all of it, and data subject regulatory oversight in South Africa with financial deprivations affecting delays and obstructions in the investigations of torture and interferences by AI, neural interferences, data subject, psychological continuity, data manipulations, cognitive function, data manipulations, mental integrity data, mental privacy data. As I'm being exposed to, apparently Shell has, well, I know their tenants are engaged with harassment in South Africa and exposure to things outside in other areas of Africa is outside of my concern at the moment. Lots of bangs and delays from the Office of the Information Regulator of South Africa in terms of finalizing my complaint. The outcome letter, receiving what the finding was. I thought it was a quite articulate complaint. So I was hoping to utilize that in terms of other aspects of the environment in South Africa. Just getting exposure to data subjects and targeted individuals, and it's like a costly process because as I found out, getting stabbed was or almost stabbed. Sort of still just have that. It was yesterday. It was that the judgment was given. So yeah, thinking about it now, just having a spoon sticking through a board in front of my face, and like this high sleep deprived dude getting quite angry that he could not harass me because it had like continued from the night before. And housemates, like, sometimes cool, sometimes like just go for the eyes and the nuts, like vulnerable points of the body, end the fight quickly. There's some unbalanced people around in Cape Town. I know. With all the corruption in the Zondo Commission, we recognise the huge imbalances in the culture and reality of South Africa. And when I lost another day at work testifying to my experience, case number 127/2021 is over, and the evidence is there, it's on my record. So like my multiple forms. Okay, I got injured. There's the guy. He attested to it, but said I started the fight. So the judge was happy to see I wasn't. I was displaying a clear and articulate description of my experience, and that stood me in standing with the court in terms of my presentation. So I met all the evidence, and like I don't appreciate the experience, so I'm going through my emotional side, like just watching a couple YouTube videos, or for me getting back to my complaint to Interpol. But yeah, I've still got other people who like to support the environment created by state capture and data subject neural interference towards their entertainment, bias, discriminatory, and prejudicial algorithms that are warned as vulnerabilities within artificial intelligence, state surveillance computer apparatus that is being ignored by the executive and all of the citizens profiteering in state capture. There's a small minority of people who are not getting rich in this sort of display of regime, which was like taught to be afraid of. So yeah, I just like make some videos and load them up and have my say, because democracy and digital dictatorships are something they want to be famous for. So just out of Africa, and send me a message if the videos speak to you or something that interests you. If I say something, please drop me a message, and we'll chat. But yeah, so that was like almost 300 rand from an annoyance in terms of delays and obstructions and threats from what's termed V2K, or neural data interferences and data breaches, which are completely illegal and unconstitutional, and supported by various findings by other illegal and unconstitutional actions committed by the state, that were disclosed and highlighted in the Zondo Commission, that we hope to bring an end to soon. And I thank you for your support. Wish all the targeted individuals and data subjects around the world all the best, and thank you for watching.